Mairead, how are you?
How are you, Dorothy? That's great. Thank you very much.
I hope you enjoy.
I will indeed. Well, it's not every farm you can drive up to and buy a pint of fresh pasteurised milk. Later, a report on this unique Dublin farm run by three sisters. Also in tonight's programme from County Louth, how farmers and rural dwellers are living in the shadow of one of the world's most controversial industries and phosphate pollution of Lough Corrib. But first, could Chernobyl happen here? There was a time when most people around Dublin got their milk from dairy farms dotted around the city. But unlike many others that have long since closed the gate and sold out to housing, this dairy farm has survived in Dublin 18 thanks to the dedication of a unique farming partnership. Verney Farm is owned and managed by the three Fox sisters, Lileagh, Mairead and Dorothy. The women are continuing a very definite family tradition of women at the helm.
My mother inherited the farm and she came to live here. And she, of course, had a farming background because her father and my grandmother farmed in Ballinagee.
She farmed herself, did she?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a tradition of women farming this farm?
There is. It's always under petticoat government.
How does the petticoat government work?
It did very well because my father was a big man. He was about 6'2", and I wouldn't say he was afraid of my mother, but he was very guided by her. Maybe because he married in, I couldn't tell you. But he listened to what she said, and she was very wise and very clever. And I never heard her use two words, I'm fed up or I'm tired. Now, you hear those regularly today. You do yourself. And then she had another problem because there was my brother and three of us, and a baby was lost. And we were all born by caesarean section. So you were brought home here and you were given this full-fat milk because I'm sure my mother couldn't feed us. And we didn't die because it wasn't pasteurised and didn't pass the phosphatase test or a coliform test or all the various tests. You didn't die, and today people don't believe that you could live on that kind of carry-on.
Do you think women make good farmers?
I do, yes.
Better than the boys?
Yeah, because they're more far-seeing. And also, they have a better feeling for animals. And if you're farming, you can't leave animals out of it. And a vet and a farmer must have a love for animals. There's no use in treating them as something for your income.
The farm is located near Kiltiernan village, at the foot of the Dublin mountains. A herd of pedigree Frisian cows and their followers are lovingly cared for by the foxes. Efficiency is important in this farm, but the key ingredient is the care and attention given to the animals.
I like to see the cows come, the heifers are there coming along and coming into the dairy herd and seeing how good they are towards their parents and all that.
They're very fond of these heifers.
Oh, they're all fond of me. They'd like me well if I had something to give them.
Do you give them little treats?
Sometimes if you bring up a few nuts, they'll all follow you, and they'll be sad when you climb. Those ones up there all come down on top of you, and when you climb over the gate, their faces are at length as much as to say you're gone now.
What do you do that's special? Because I've rarely seen as friendly a cattle.
Well, you know, we had a sale here and some people came here because the cattle were quiet. One man said his father was well in his 70s and he wanted to buy a few cow heifers. And he said, I knew he'd manage them if he got them here.
Because they're so quiet.
Yeah.
What's the secret?
I don't know, just because you talk to them. And the men that are following them are quiet with them too. We don't use sticks.
Now, when you talk to cows, what do you say to them?
I just scratch them and talk to them. They understand you're talking to them and the voice you use.
Milking time is a relaxed affair. The fresh milk from the herd is piped next door to the dairy, where it's pasteurised and packaged in the unique Kiltiernan carton. It's purchased and enjoyed by those lucky enough to live close to the farm, and they say its flavour is unique, probably because it comes fresh from the cow to the carton within hours.
You have a little hen shed here.
I have, yes.
Yeah, how many have you?
I've only 11 hens, that's all.
Are they doing well?
They are doing well, they lay quite well. And we've only, the Arbor Acres are the breed, Arbor Acres.
What's the music for?
The music is supposed to keep the fox away, the four-legged fox. I was wondering, what am I hearing?
from the
Four-legged fox. It's a four-legged fox, now don't forget.
Do foxes not like music?
No, that frightens them when they hear that. They think there are people there.
Oh,
Think there's people there when they hear the sound, and that's why they don't go near the house.
presume these are purely free range.
Oh yes, they are. Oh yes.
How many
I
guggies are you
give them
getting?
cabbage leaves and I give them potatoes and boiled potatoes and that kind of thing.
They're spoiled as
And
well.
that's boiled, yes, very quiet.
How many eggs do they give
I
you?
get about 8 or 9 a day from the 11 hens.
They're nice.
It's not good, isn't it?
Very good.
I think it's good anyway.
Nice taste.
They're very tasty. Not like the
You
ones
wouldn't boil one
not
for
like
me
the
now,
ones you
would
buy
you?
in the shop. I might make sure of that. But they're great. Oh, you're a naughty little monkey, huh? No, did you see that? No.
You're very fond of these, aren't you? You love the dog.
I love him, though. He's great.
He's a dote, isn't he?
He's great.
I haven't quite come across one as big, I have
No,
to say.
they're
but other
terribly
parts-
big, aren't they?
Aren't they?
I would love to have brought them over to Enniskerry to the festival on
Yeah.
Sunday, but
Just to
we
show
have
'em
never
off.
managed. No. You never managed him. You never managed
Did you know
him.
he was going to grow to be that size?
I never thought he was. Only 2 years old now. 2 years old.
I hate to say it, but you're not much bigger than him yourself. Are these dogs treated as well as the cows?
Every bit as well. Every bit as well.
I'm old-fashioned enough to believe in God. And I believe he looks after you from day to day. And if you haven't got any belief, you have nothing.
That's quite true.
So do you say a few every day?
I do, yes, always.
So what's on your agenda at the moment? Are you looking for anything special? Good weather?
The end of the common market. I said to the rabbi one day, in fact, I wouldn't care if the common market folded up and see, neither would I, and so I pray for it and see, I'll start too. So between the two of us, we might make a job.
Is there a secret campaign going on in this house to pray for the end of the common market as we know it?
Yes, I wouldn't care if I saw it.
What do you think yourself? Of
I
the
think
common
that it's
market?
changed people's, all it has given you is beautiful roads and a whole lot of regulations. And that's why I think some of the roads are leading nowhere, but they're there anyway. And people say it's great to be able to get from here to there. And like they talk about the roads for industry, Ireland is not industrial. Ireland is purely an agricultural country. And when agriculture fails, it will all fail.
Are you fearful of the future of farming?
No, I'm not. I'm not afraid of anything. I was never brought up with fear.
You're a tough trio
Yes,
aren't
we
you?
are. I don't know anything about fear.